the stream is live, so I think we have to wait like a little bit because there's a lag time.
Okay.
But I'm going to give it another 10 seconds.
Okay.
It's weird because you watch the clock counting down. All right. Oh, good. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Instagram Live with St. John's University Career Services. Today, we are very much grateful to have Tony Ann from Long Island Speech. And I'm Jen. I am the Director of Employer Relations at St. John's. So I work with employers to bring you students experiential learning opportunities, which is like the best thing ever. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to let Tony Ann introduce herself from Long Island Speech.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I am Tony Ann Antoniato. I am a speech language pathologist. I'm also a certified lactation counselor, and I am the SLP director at Long Island Speech.
That's wonderful. And you're going to be on campus on the 16th at our career fair. So everybody who's watching, we have our career fair on April 16th in Taffner from 12 to 3:30. So we hope you can make it and you could see Long Island Speech. And then they're also going to be at the Speech Language Pathology Mini Fair, which is taking place on April 30th. Can you talk to the students a little bit about what you'll be chatting with them about at these fairs?
Yes, definitely. So obviously we want to share with you guys as much about us that might be of interest to you. We are a private practice. We have 9 offices across Long Island. So we're a large private practice, and we will share the different specialties that we see. We see a lot of different ages. We are working with birth until elderly. We see the whole population, all different types of disorders, disabilities. We are majority pediatric, and we have some specialty areas like feeding therapy and myofunctional therapy. So we'll go into kind of what that looks like from a patient perspective, but then obviously what it looks like from a more employee perspective, and what we do for our therapists that work for us, and the types of training and supervision that we provide as well.
Oh, that's great. So they'll get a lot of good information and they'll be able to talk one-on-one. So I think it's a great idea for you guys to stop on by and visit with Long Island Speech. Can you tell me just what some of the opportunities you had? You talked about the specialties and you see pediatrics up to geriatrics. Can you talk a little bit about what are some of the opportunities with Long Island Speech that's available to students?
Yes. So we do take clinical fellows. So because we are a practice of 9 offices, we can typically take somewhere between 10 to 15 clinical fellows at a time. We have really great CF supervisors. We believe really that the supervision is such an important part of your clinical fellowship. So it's an area we don't take lightly, and we feel that, just because you're a great therapist doesn't always mean you'd be a great supervisor. So we really take that into consideration and make sure our CFs have great supervision. Even our regular SLPs that are maybe post their CF, we do SLP mentorship. So all of our SLPs have an SLP mentor, somebody that can really support them. Because we see such a wide range of patient type, we have to do a lot of education for our therapists and for our CFs, so that whatever kind of walks through our door as a private practice, we are capable and specialized and trained to see. So we do a lot of continuing education. We train all of our therapists in our copywritten myofunctional therapy program. So they go through a very comprehensive, about a year-long training. So really great with a lot of mentoring throughout it. We also send our therapists for prompt training. They go to level 1 prompt training. So just trying to do everything we can. We invite speakers in to kind of speak to our therapists as a whole. We always feel like in this field, we have to always keep learning. There's so much, that changes, and staying up with the most evidence and research. So education and supervision and support is a lot of what we offer at Long Island Speech.
Oh, that's wonderful, because it's like an all-in-one deal almost. Like, so they get to work and grow at the same place, which I think is fabulous. And a lot of students are looking for that. So I think that's
exactly
wonderful.
Yeah, and it's nice to have that diversity within your caseload. We can go from a 2-year-old to a 10-year-old to a 80-year-old dysphagia. So to be able to kind of go throughout our whole scope of practice can be nice. It could be a great first foundation to kind of set you up for where you want to go long term, but it can also be great. I've been with the practice for 15 years. We have lots of therapists that have been with us for 5, 10, some almost 15 years, and to be able to kind of know, like, okay, I just am always keeping my skills where they
Right,
need to
sharp.
be to see and treat anything can be nice.
15 years is a long time. What keeps you at Long Island Speech? What do you love about working there?
I love the diversity within the caseload. I really do love so much of this scope of practice. So for me, like, I just don't want to be where I see the same type of goals session after session. I like knowing, like, I'm going from a feeding patient to a play therapy, EI patient, to an adult voice patient, a teacher with vocal nodules. So I just like that flexibility. I did my clinical fellowship here. I've done some stuff, per diem or part-time in between, but this has always been my full-time position. And yeah, and I love being surrounded by other SLPs. I feel like that can be unique too. In some of the offices, we have 10 therapy rooms. So you
Oh, wow.
are surrounded by 10 other SLPs and you guys are sharing patients. I see them on Monday, you see them on Wednesday. So we get to collaborate on that same patient and just be able to bounce ideas off of each other. Different things that we're working with and learning about is nice as well.
And you said there are 9 locations, correct?
Yes.
So all over Long Island?
Yeah, Nassau and Suffolk. We go as far west as New Hyde Park and as far east as West Hampton Beach.
Oh, wow. So really the scope of the island. So
Yeah.
there's opportunities for students, whether they live in Nassau or Suffolk or on the Queens-Nassau border. That's really fantastic. And
Yeah.
do you work with undergrads as well as graduate students?
So we have some undergrad. I know a lot of our secretaries are speech undergrad students. They kind of want to get into the field and they learn so much just being up at that front window and desk, and they get to see a lot and see what we're doing and ask questions. They can do their observation time with us as
That's a
well.
gift. Wow.
Yeah, so I think it's such a great opportunity for undergrad speech students.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. Not every place offers that. So what a great opportunity for students. And I guess the last question is, what advice would you have for someone just starting out in their career? For the students that are graduating now, what do you think they should know?
Yeah, I think obviously you're going to make a exciting decision for your clinical fellowship. I think knowing what you want, or even knowing that you might not know what you want yet. Sometimes you go into your externships and you're like, I am definitely going to work with children. That's all I want to work with. And then you do your adult placement and you're like, wait a second, I love the adults too. So I think just going into it with an open mind, setting a strong foundation, make sure for your clinical fellowship, you're going to get great, strong supervision, a supervisor that you can go to with anything and everything. And then just, I know you just spent 6 years of learning, but never stop learning. In this career, when we're done learning, it means we're ready to retire. So just being ready to, keep learning, and there's so much out there, and we get to touch the lives of so many different children and families, and just make sure you're ready for that and be open to supervision and open to continuing to learn and grow.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I want to remind students that Long Island Speech will be on campus on April 16th from 12 to 3:30 in Taffner at our career fair, and on April 30th, which is a Thursday, from 1:30 to 3:30 in the Coffee House in DAC. And if you would like to get in touch with them or you have any other questions, please feel free to send me an email and I can pass it along to them. They have been wonderful partners with us and we really appreciate it. And we really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Tony Ann.
Yes, thank you for having me. And I look forward to seeing everybody on
Yes,
campus. Okay.
wonderful. Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.